Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, listen, a lot of you have been asking this question. I have gotten this question a lot in the last 48 hours. A lot of you have been wondering why I haven't weighed in on it. And the answer is, well, I didn't really know how to answer it. I had to do my own research. And, you know, there's this old adage that whenever you think something is probably too good to be true, it likely is. And so I had a moment of that too. And so what I'm going to try to do is tell you again, I really don't know the answer to this, but I'm going to try to give you guys all the things that you need to think about, because maybe this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. And it's the easiest escape hatch ever created from the pistol brace rule, or maybe we're just overreading into it. So let's spend a few minutes today and talk about, is avoiding the pistol brace rule really this easy? Okay, so I think everybody knows the issue we're talking about today, which is, does being a member of Firearms Policy Coalition magically exempt you from the pistol brace rule? Now, before we even go there, I want to set out some ground rules here. Number one, I in no way am making any criticism of Firearms Policy Coalition. Candidly, I think all of you should be members of Firearms Policy Coalition, whether it does get you out of the pistol brace rule or not. As you know, we've been very open and honest and transparent here at this channel about the organizations who do jump down into the trench and fight for your rights. And yes, the Firearms Policy Coalition leads the charge time after time after time. They are an amazing organization. They deserve all of our membership. They deserve all of our support. Now, if you have already joined Firearms Policy Coalition, congratulations. If you are thinking about it, I do want you to do so. However, if you think that joining them is going to somehow or another magically make you immune from the pistol brace rule, I want you to pay attention to all of the language in the order. I will tell you the part that I think people are getting overexcited about, and I will tell you about the other language in the order that I think you need to be cautionary about, okay? At the end of the day, do I personally believe that merely signing up for the Firearms Policy Coalition will get you enjoined from enforcement of the pistol brace rule? Honestly, I'm a little skeptical of that. I hope I am wrong. I really want to be wrong on it. Now, let's take a look at the order from the Fifth Circuit, because ultimately it's the language of the order that controls. And as we learn in law school, it's what's inside the four corners of the document that controls. The order, the important language for today's discussion, reads as follows. Plaintiffs merely request clarification on whether their reading of the term plaintiffs to include the customers and members whose interests Plaintiffs' Maximum Defense and Firearms Policy Coalition, FPC, have represented since day one of this litigation is correct. That reading is correct. Okay, so you can see right there, the question is does it include members of Firearms Policy Coalition who they have been representing since day one of this litigation? So then the question is, does that mean all members who were members predating the beginning of this litigation, or does it mean all members? Okay, that's the first thing you need to think about. But then, right after that very, very encouraging language, then here's what else the court stated. That reading is correct. Also, as requested, the term plaintiffs in this case includes the individual plaintiff's resident family members. Okay, so we know it means family members as well. That's encouraging, but then what's the very next paragraph say? Any relief beyond what is explicitly requested, which arguably would be tantamount to a nationwide injunction, is denied. Okay, so that means anything which would be tantamount to a nationwide injunction. Now, if this very broad interpretation of the order is the acceptable truth, that means that every single person who went and signed up and joined Firearms Policy Coalition would theoretically be enjoined from enforcement of this rule, which would in fact be the greatest fundraising mechanism in the history of nonprofit organizations. And if it is true, I hope that Firearms Policy Coalition absolutely capitalizes on every penny that they could possibly earn. However, if every single firearm-owning American who owned a braced pistol went out and joined FPC, would that not be tantamount to a nationwide injunction? And would a large majority of those people who joined post-injunction be the members of the organization which they have represented since day one of this litigation? These are all things to think about. Now, I know the good folks over at FPC have been very aggressively fundraising, and they are suggesting, in fact, that that is exactly the case. Am I saying they're wrong? No. In fact, I am praying that they are right. But again, I come back to the theory that anytime you hear something that is probably too good to be true, well, it probably is too good to be true. If we could all join FPC and immediately being enjoined, then yes, I would be absolutely on this video screaming, join now, join now, join now. And candidly, like I said at the outset of this video, I think you all should join and support Firearms Policy Coalition anyways, because the tremendous body of work that they have already done and the tremendous amount of work that they continue to do to fight for all of our individual rights. And if by chance we can just sign up today and enjoy the benefits of this injunction, at what level do we need to give in order to ensure? Is it the minimum $30 level? Is it even less than that? Is it the $50 level? Is it the $100 level? Is it the $500 level? Do we need to have some certain type of level of membership with Firearms Policy Coalition, or does the mere donation of any amount of money actually give you the benefits of the injunction? These are things that simply we do not know the answers to, and candidly, nobody else is providing us those answers. So the moral of the story is, does joining Firearms Policy Coalition automatically enjoin you from enforcement of the pistol brace rule? As much as I would like to say with absolute certainty it does, I simply can't say that. Is it possible? Yes, it is quite possible. Should you be giving to the Firearms Policy Coalition and supporting them anyways? Yes, because I think they are an immensely worthwhile organization which has time and time again proven that they are worthy of your financial support. Listen, obviously, if there's any more clarification on this issue, if we can definitively say one way or the other, we will be sure to get a video out right away. The clock still continues to tick. We are less than 72 hours away from the final deadline on this rule. We will probably have some more updates between now and then. In the meantime, I do want all of you to remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.